And a good Tuesday midday to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. It represents 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Big picture, we're looking at generally kind of a flow that's coming over the top of a well-established ridge. Under that ridge, this is kind of what we call a Rex block. There's a trough of lower pressure, of course, along the east coast. We have a nor'easter that's actually heading out to sea, and that's drawing in continuous northwesterly flow and a lot of cloud cover that's kind of circulating around and back into the region. We are finally getting a little bit of sunshine east of the Green Mountains for a change. Back over to the west, we have this big ridge of higher pressure, a dominance really, with a little bit of an area of low pressure off Southern California. This kind of weather pattern is very stable and stagnant, and it's going to continue to be that way for a while. This shortwave trough that's going to work on through is producing a little bit of snow across parts of west of the Great Lakes and then into the Great Lakes. This is going to be tracking through the region, producing a little bit of minor wet snowfall, where temperatures get a little bit more marginal. We're talking basically in the low to mid-30s during the day on Wednesday. After that, it's consecutively warmer weather that begins to push into the region. Let's take a look at the latest temperature anomalies. Temperature anomalies, as you can see, are well above normal across a good portion of Canada, and it stretches into the plains and a lot of the Rocky Mountains. A little bit below normal, or near normal, I should say, in the Great Basin region where that area of higher pressure is established, and a little bit cooler conditions across northern Mexico, and that stretches up into the eastern parts of the United States, and that's where we're sitting right now, right on the edge of that. Okay, this is valid this Tuesday at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Basically, these are temperature anomalies based at 850 hectopascals or 850 millibars, about the top of Mount Mansfield, and it's a good way to look at things here. So that cooler air is going to kind of hold tight into basically Wednesday. And you can see just kind of hanging on, but these anomalies kind of wipe out, that is the warm anomalies, but we do get a little tiny bit of that toward the end of the week. This is Friday. Again, this is a European model. And then over the weekend, those temperatures kind of hang, and right into Sunday, and then eventually by Monday, we start to see a little bit of a cooling trend. Not a whole lot to take away here. Okay, the European model incrementals show you this. Basically, these are temperatures cold enough for a little bit of snow. In the blue here, and the red, these are slightly warmer temperatures, roughly about 4,000 to 4,500 feet, about the top of Mount Mansfield. Anyway, this is above normal temperatures. This is slightly below normal temperatures. But for the most part, this is the way it's shaping up. This is that storm that's out to sea that's giving us just a little bit of a draw and kind of keeping a lot of clouds that have circulated around and very stagnant kind of low-level moisture here. And finally, we're getting some breaks of sunshine. But this is the way the trends are going to continue on Wednesday. We get into basically in-between weather, a little bit of a ridge of higher pressure, but this weather system, this is tonight basically, and then on Wednesday we're looking at this little weather system here, 999 area of low pressure, is going to feed in some little bit of wet snow. It looks like probably 1 to 3 inch amounts, mainly up in the elevated terrain, a little less on valley floors. That works in and continues into Wednesday night, as what we're looking through now, and then it begins to sort of fall apart as this ridge of higher pressure begins to ridge into the region. That's going to happen later in the day on Thursday and into Thursday night, and then that gives us a dry weather day on Friday, but there's going to be a whole mess of high clouds, unfortunately, that's going to be rolling in, and these high clouds are going to filter the sunshine, so don't expect any real decent sunny days. A little bit of some breaks in the afternoon with that ridge that we just saw. Now, covering this on Friday and getting into this coming weekend, it gets a lot more complex. We have a fairly strong area of higher pressure, 1037 hectopascals, northwest of Lake Superior. We have colder air that's circulated in, coming in from Canada now, and baroclinic zone setting up with spinning up an area of low pressure here. That's going to be tracking toward the eastern Great Lakes. It also delivers a warm front right here, and that warm front means cold enough to snow to the north of it, and probably either a mix or even a little bit of rain to the south of it. That's all going to happen as we get into late in the day on Saturday, which could be a little bit of a travel issue. And then a little bit of a gradient southerly wind is also what we're seeing here as this area of low pressure tracks to our north and west. and then a cold front swings on through. It'll deliver colder air, and that's when we could see strongest gradient winds right in this area here. And this again is valid Sunday night. High pressure builds in thereafter, and just to take that a little bit further, you can see a secondary low developing off the middle Atlantic coast near Cape Hatteras, and that system goes and sweeps wide right out to sea yet again. Here's the GEFS forecast, or the GFS global forecast system, and mixed with the Canadian and ensembled. And you can see these are the different precipitation points this morning. Some stuff coming in on Wednesday, and then beyond that toward this coming weekend, a little bit more interesting. The way the total, that's 3-hourly QPF, the way the total amounts of precipitation look, this system here over the weekend may bring us almost up to an inch, kind of a gradual deal going into the early part of next week. Weather Prediction Center 7-day total QPF, we're looking at around 0.25 of an inch in the Champlain Valley, about a 1/2 inch, so not a lot again of precipitation. Overall, relatively dry for this time of year. Again, once again, the temperature profile here with the climate reanalyzer, you can see that the 2-meter temperature anomalies are way above normal across Canada. A little bit colder here, but that's going to be moving on out, and if anything, we're going to be warming up gradually. 2-meter temperature shown here, and this maxes out over the weekend. The European wants to max it out on Friday and then kind of dent this, and then we see colder air match up later once we get around the 14th, 15th of the month next week. 850 hectopascal temperatures about the top of Mount Mansfield. You can see cold enough to snow until we get near the 0-degree isotherm. And this will be in the form of either mixed precipitation or in the form of rain. And then it cools on down once again. And with it, you can see the mixed precipitation type showing some rain and some mixed jazz here. The Moss mean weighted temperatures over the next 5 days. These are only high temperatures. We're looking at 6 to 9 degrees above normal, and about 3 days later, about 6 degrees above normal. And it's so hard to get sometimes sunshine, but these are some very miniature breaks in the clouds, allowing for just a little bit of sunshine in a few spots in Vermont. Still see a lot of overcast skies. These are the high clouds. It'll be running over the low clouds just as they try to exit. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.